Good morning from a blustery Birsay. The wind last night was quite strong, buffeting the van. Didn't make it the most comfortable sleep, but it was absolutely worth it for the views that are around here. That's where we parked up last night, in this free public car park that allows overnighting. Great thing to have. In front of us is the Brough of Birsay. Right there. And I believe the little thing next to, there's a little hut there, and right there is a North settlement. It'd be nice to go over and have a look, but it is high tide at the moment, where the tides from the left, which is the south, are meeting the waves from the north. In the middle, across where the causeway is. We saw the beams from the lighthouse last night. We always love a good lighthouse. We're at the Rendall Doocot. Are you excited about this?
Sadly, yes I am.
So I'm speculating it's either going to be some kind of engineering marvel or a great big pile of pigeon poo. Great big field of rhubarb. Making me hungry. You know what, I think I saw a pigeon on top there. Or a dove. There's one coming there. We've already crossed one wooden bridge up this very short pathway. And here's another one. Stream through the rhubarb field. Nice looking beach over there, I'm not sure we can get to it. Lots of water running from everywhere this morning. Right, here we are. The Doocot, which is the local term for dovecote. There we go. This was built in 1648 on the estate of the Hall of Rendall. 4-string coursers protrude from the wall in order to prevent rats climbing the roof. This is a beehive type. Please take care when entering the building and beware of nesting birds. This is a bit of déjà vu from yesterday. Oh yes, surprisingly it's a great big pile of pigeon poo. The camera can see slightly better than the eye can. You can see all the nesting holes in the walls. There's some behind me too. So this thing was built in 1648, it's been around a while. Still fulfilling its original purpose of providing a nesting place for doves, or pigeons I guess. I think they're the same bird, don't know. And in the middle down here is the great big pile of poo. And the poo is valuable for agricultural purposes, it's a good fertilizer. Perhaps people like to eat pigeon's eggs, and I've heard of people eating pigeon pie as well. That's an interesting piece of artwork behind me. It's making me thirsty. A dramatic looking church behind me. This thing looks like it's been here for a while. Today feels like one of the coldest days so far. So it's the St Magnus Cathedral, which is part of the Church of Scotland. We haven't done many looking at the inside of buildings on this trip. It's been a lot of natural beauty and ancient old things which are all outside. Who are these two funny fellows up here? Well, this building is the town hall, which has a stone that says 1864 on it.
Having done a couple of ferry crossings now, we've noticed that on Calmac ferries they do a Scottish breakfast. So we thought Northlink, their ferry service might do a breakfast too. Yes it did, but it had no Scottish sausage. So we've just been and bought some Lorne sausage from a butcher's, and I'm going to make us sausage and egg butties for lunch.
2 weeks into the holiday, and it's the first time that it's weather that's suitable for flying a drone. Over there is a shipwreck, which would have been lovely to fly the drone out to take some shots and then fly it back. But it's not happening today, because over there is Kirkwall Airport, and we're definitely in a drone exclusion zone. So no fly today.
It's mid-October on Orkney. I have a fur hat on, I have some mitts, but we are sat on the beach. It's actually quite sheltered here, and we're not experiencing too much of the wind that we've been experiencing mostly throughout our whole trip in Scotland, really.
Yeah, last night was really a good example of wind. I was down on the beach where we were camped up for the night, and the rain was going just about horizontal.
Yeah, we've seen quite a bit of horizontal rain since we've been here.
Yes.
So why are we sat on a beach? Well, there's quite a few reasons. Number one, just over there, as Pete mentioned earlier, there's Kirkwall Airport, and the planes come in and we can see them coming in, and they're really low, and they come out the other way and they're really low overhead. So we're plane spotting, plane shooting.
I think I might hear a plane.
Also, behind us in the sea, there is a sea lion.
Or a seal.
A seal, yeah, sorry, a seal. Is there a difference between a seal?
Yes, there's a difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we ran back and got the camera and stuff, but he's been quite far away now since, so we're just hoping and praying that he comes back past again so we can get a shot.
If I had a bag of penguins or something, I could, throw them into the sea. You would be attracted to that kind of seabird, or a bag of herrings or something, but we laying out of stock.
Unfortunately, we don't have any.
Okay.
We don't even have chocolate penguins.
No.
The weather was actually quite nice. It is starting to rain now. This is a lovely white sandy beach. We have taken a stroll along it, and we did actually paddle in the water too. I have to say it was a lot colder than when we took a dip into Loch Lomond.
Which was not a tropical paradise, but it certainly looked like it might have been.
Yeah, the water here chilled my feet to the bone instantly. They're still a bit aching now, but never mind, it was an experience. But the rain seems to have come on now, so I think we're going to head back.
Yep.
And yeah, it's about time actually that we moved on to our campsite that we've got booked for the night.
Campsite for the night.
Catch up with some laundry.
Yeah. It's really laundry and changing of water. That's the only reason why we need a campsite.
Yeah, so yeah, we'll see you from the campsite probably.
Scapa Flow was a gigantic naval base formed from a natural harbour. We saw some of the artefacts from some of the sunken ships or scuttled ships in the museum recently. And over here is a sunken ship. And in the far distance is an oil rig. We've stopped off along the road to Hoxa at a little place called Margarets Hope. Couldn't resist going in this little shop that's around the corner, and a quick look at the waterfront. Why not? Oh, we've missed the main attraction on this part of the island. The chip van's here tonight. Could this be one of our photos of the day in the making? We're going to head off to that little post office over there. A quick look at the water's edge. Lobster or crab pots. And the fishing fleet out at anchor. Let's see if there's some interesting finds down here on the beach, shall we? Wicked. Shells, mussel shells. Yeah, piece of pottery with a pattern on it. And once again, surprised by the clarity of the water. It's quite a contrast to where we live in Somerset, and the closest sea is the Bristol Channel, which looks rather like hot chocolate at the best of times. Here's a sea creature.
Ah!
Looks like a wheel that maybe should not be here, but who knows what it came from. I don't think it's a shopping trolley wheel, it looks a little bit too big. Bit of fresh broken glass. 2 or 3 minutes we've been here, look at that pottery. In the museum we recently visited, there were items that had to do with the Hudson Bay Trading Company. And there looks like a fellow that might have been trading in that kind of stuff in Hudson's Bay. We just stopped for lunch next to this. These causeways were created during World War II and are known as the Churchill Barriers. There are 4 of them in total. The one a little bit south of us had another shipwreck, but we came back here for lunch. Look at the interesting way the waves are breaking over there. You know, some are coming in left, right, and some are up, down, or side to side. You can't visit Scapa Flow without noticing all the military stuff and war stuff that happens. We've just been over one of the Churchill Barriers. There is another one. And we see some dude on a horse over here. Italiani, something or other, 1943. He appears to be stabbing some kind of a creature with a spear. To our left is a landmark known as the Italian Church. It's about 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Still, the temperature's only managed to get up to 8 degrees today. A little chilly. Aha! The Italian Chapel is the only building that remains of Camp 60, which is a prisoner of war camp. And here it is. Finally, a bit of blue on the horizon. It sort of reminds me of the Doocot from yesterday. Right then. Better get going, we've got a ferry to catch, don't we?
Yes, but I'm not looking forward to it because the water looks really choppy.
I am. There's the boat that's going to take us on the last ferry crossing of this trip. It's a bit sad to be heading south already. It feels like we've only been here for such a short while, but we got to press on. Saw that thing, didn't we, when we came in, the Pentalina. I think that's another ferry. It looks ferry-ish to me. There are...
The style of it is called catamaran.
It's definitely
a sea cat.
It's definitely a catamaran, but its purpose in life is a ferry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stromness is as good a place as any to be in a ferry port. Lovely little town, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
It's just got a nice kind of harboury feeling. Not too big, not too commercialised, but then that could be, well, it feels like this is what it would always be like before tourism.
Look at that little blue and yellow boat down there. Minky. Would you fancy going back to the mainland in that thing?
No thank you, I'm not fancying going back to the mainland on that big thing.
I think it's going to be a bit bumpy today.